Hi guys, my name is Lexi. I'm the Discovery on Wheels educator at Discovery Children's Museum here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And today I'd like to introduce you guys to a really cool animal that I'm really lucky to have as my pet, the African pygmy hedgehog, Al right here. Now Al might look a little bit like a rat or a porcupine, but he's actually in a totally different group than those other mammals. Rats and porcupines are in the family Rodentia, while this guy here is in the family Erinaceae, so it's a little bit different. African pygmy hedgehogs are native to the savanna regions of Africa, and obviously I don't live in the African savanna, so I have to try and recreate his natural environment right here in my home. So let's take a look at some of those ways to try to give Al the most natural environment possible. Now basically, as soon as we put Al back in his cage, he started to burrow into his favorite towel here. Hedgehogs are naturally nocturnal, so it's basically the middle of the night for him right now, so we're going to go ahead and let him rest. But Al uses his towel as kind of an enclosed space so he can feel safe. Same thing for his tube right here. Now in nature, hedgehogs find their food by rooting through or digging up the soil with their nose. So to kind of recreate that inside of his cage, I've created a little dig box right here. I try to change out the material in the dig box every week. This week we have some recycled newspaper clumps right here, so that it kind of changes the feeling of what he's digging through. It keeps things interesting for him. We also have his wheel right here. Wheels are a really important part of taking care of a hedgehog, because they can run up to 12 miles in one night, so you want to make sure you're giving them a space to do that. Next to his wheel here, we have his food and water. In nature, hedgehogs are insectivores, meaning they like to eat insects, but in a domestic setting, we can get away with feeding them cat food, because cat food has a lot of protein, just like insects in nature would. And because he lives in a desert environment, we also have this heat lamp up top right here. I'm not using it so much right now, but in the cooler months, I have to make sure his cage is staying between 74 and 76 degrees, because if not, he could go into hibernation. And if he hasn't spent time eating enough food to fatten up for hibernation, hibernation can be very dangerous for him. Now you've probably noticed that some of his materials are made out of some recycled materials here. We have our pant leg tube, and his dig box is just an old cardboard box right here. Recycled materials are a really awesome, cheap way to give something new for your hedgehog to play with every week. Imagine if you were stuck in your bedroom and you only had the same 3 toys to play with. You would probably get pretty bored. So by changing out these recycled materials as often as I can keep life pretty interesting for this little guy right here. Now, obviously, owning a hedgehog is not for everyone. You've probably noticed I have to keep setting Al down because he's trying to get out of my hands. Hedgehogs are not a domesticated animal. They're still basically wild animals, so it's pretty scary being handled by a human, even a human that they've learned to trust. And hedgehogs need a lot of daily care. Their cage needs to be cleaned every single day, otherwise they can get quite messy. And they need their nails trimmed every 2 weeks, which is pretty difficult when if they don't want to do something, they can curl up into a spiky little unhappy ball. But if that daily care is worth it for you, hedgehogs can be an awesome, unique pet to have around your house. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and have a great Earth Day, guys. Can you say bye to everyone, Al? Say bye!